So, how can COVID-19 create stigma? Let me paint you a little picture about this thought that keeps going through my head. Because maybe if I get rid of this thought, it'll be like getting rid of that nasty pus inside of a pimple so that it could get out of my mind and stop bothering me, you know? Okay, so you got your essential workers, right? You know, you got your nurses, your doctors, your custodians, you got your cashiers at the grocery stores, you got your delivery people, and just the mail carriers, and just all the people that are keeping the gears in the world turning so that we can keep living on it. You know, that kind of thing. If they get COVID-19, it's going to be understandable because, you know, they were in the line of fire. They were, you know, they should be getting hazard pay and better protective equipment, but just for the sake of argument, it's understandable that they're in the line of fire and that their chances of getting it are pretty high. Okay? Even with the best protection they've got, maybe they're still at risk. I mean, nothing is ever completely 0%. Now, you get some everyday Jane Schmo, Joe Schmo, whatever person like me, you know, my mom, my dad, me, you know, people that are sheltering in place and isolating and all that stuff and just obeying the lockdown orders and stuff like that. They catch coronavirus even though they've done everything they can and maybe they just walk through somebody's cough. You know, it can happen. That can happen. You know, or they walk past somebody who is not having symptoms but is just spreading it like candy and M&Ms and stuff, and they catch it that way. Or maybe the ventilation system is spreading it through their building somehow. I mean, just, you know, it's not their fault that they caught it, but because they're not essential workers, people are going to look at them getting sick and go, you didn't wash your hands, you didn't isolate, you didn't follow the rules, so it's your fault you got sick. It's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. And the people who are not essential workers who get sick are going to get stigmatized for it. And I'm pretty sure it will be like mostly people of color, you know, and disabled people and stuff. I'm pretty sure that they're going to get the worst of it. But maybe anybody who's not an essential worker will probably get some kind of crap for it. I hope to God that I'm wrong about that, but that's the thought that's going through my head. Is that non-essential workers who catch COVID-19 are going to be stigmatized. You know, just the everyday Joe Schmo, Jane Schmo, non-binary Ivy Schno or whatever, that if they catch it, they're going to be seen as, well, you didn't do enough to protect yourself, so it's your fault. I hope not. I hope it doesn't happen that way, but I have a feeling that there might be people that are already thinking that way. I even caught myself starting to think that way, and it's like, you know what? No, that's ridiculous. They're probably doing the best they can, and they probably just walked through somebody's cough. You know, or maybe somebody touched a light switch and they didn't know it was touched, and they touched it and they scratched their nose and they got sick. I mean, there's so many ways you could catch just a common cold out and about, and COVID is like a common cold on, I don't know, steroids and radiation, like radioactive mutant viruzilla or something, except not as cool as Godzilla or Mothra, who's over here behind me. That's Mothra up there. So, by the way, speaking of Mothra, happy Mother's Day to the moms. But I hope that COVID does not become something people are stigmatized for having. But yeah, that thought process just won't stop. And maybe getting it out will make it stop. Don't stigmatize people who catch COVID-19. I don't care if they were being silly and they caught it because they were careless. Don't treat them like the illness is their fault, like they set out to get it, unless they go and say, oh, I just want to catch it and get it over with. Because there could be people that do that. So, yeah, those people, yeah, go ahead and give them grief. But, you know, if your neighbor happens to catch it and you know they're not an essential worker, don't blame them for it, okay? We got enough of that kind of crap going on. We don't need more of it, all right? Don't stigmatize people with COVID-19, okay? This is not the time of the Bible where the lepers have to walk around ringing a bell yelling, unclean, unclean. We're beyond that now, okay? All right? Bye.